Should I pay off my mortgage? That is a question I get asked a lot, especially with my new mentees. Should I pay off my mortgage? So, again, like most things in life, it depends on your situation. Now, I'm assuming, I know we should never assume, but I'm assuming that if you're watching this, you're a property investor wanting to improve your cash flow, wanting to improve your net wealth, and again, wanting to continue to build up your assets, which is a fantastic thing. Now, I always recommend, and again, it's down to personal preference really, that you're not in any rush to pay off your properties that are providing you with passive income. So again, our portfolio, single buy to let, 2, 3 bedrooms and something like that, they're all on interest only mortgages. The rent that the tenants pay easily covers the interest only mortgage. That's fantastic. And as you know, that then provides us with that passive income. In my idea, the best form of income, definitely. Now, when it comes to your residential home, your own home that you live in, again, that depends on yourself. Now, to tell you a little story about me, when I was 29, I was able to be in a position to pay off my mortgage. And at the time, it was about 104, 105,000, something like that it was. Now, I didn't pay off my mortgage when I was 29. Okay, now that's not because I was, financially intelligent at that age. I knew how to earn money. I knew about building up my business. I know about cash flow and levels of profit and margins and so on. So I was in a very fortunate position to have that money in the bank to be able to pay off the mortgage. However, I didn't pay off the mortgage simply because I like to see the money going up each and every month in the bank account. That's the only reason. How stupid is that? Now, when you start learning more about investing, when you start learning about assets and liabilities, which I'd always suggest you do, check out this video as well, or the channel. I'm sure there's a couple of videos on there on assets and liabilities and passive income and earned income. When you're looking to obviously build up your portfolio, you need to make sure that you're having your money working as hard as possible, definitely. So again, I did end up paying off the mortgage when I was 33, so about 3.5 years later, like I said, for about 104, 105,000. Now, look at it this way, what did I benefit from that? The fact that then my property was unencumbered, fantastic. I've been brought up maybe like you, go to school, work hard, get good grades, save up, pay off your mortgage, etc., and all that type of thing. Now, I'd paid off that mortgage of 104 and 105,000 pounds. However, I didn't see anything from that really in terms of the noticeable thing was we didn't have a mortgage payment going out every month, and that might have been 350, 400 pounds at the time, maybe something like that. So saving maybe eight grand a year in mortgage payments. However, there'd been a big chunk that had gone out of my savings, 104, 105,000. But I'm glad that I was in a position to do that, and I'm glad I was able to pay it off. Without a doubt, it's what I'd call like a champagne problem. Oh no, shall I pay off my mortgage or not? But the our income, sorry, our property then has continued to rise since 2010 onwards until there's another correction and so on like that. So the money's actually in the bricks and mortar, but we've not actually seen any tangible benefits from it. Now, when it comes to our property portfolio, they're all on interest only mortgages. We are definitely not in any rush to pay those mortgages off. Our tenants pay obviously the rent. The rent clearly, easily, touch wood, wherever there is some, covers the interest only mortgage payments, and then that leaves us with that passive income. Now, let's use this example, and I always remember one of my mentors mentioned this to me about 8, 9 years ago. Imagine you've got £100,000 and you can use that £100,000 to pay off your property, your own home, or you could use that £100,000 then to maybe at the time possibly split into 4 deposits of 25 grand each or thereabouts. So, example one, you're paying off the mortgage for £100,000. Example two, you're having that 100,000 splitting it into multi deposits, so maybe four at £25,000 each. Now, in 10 years' time, for instance, whatever it is, properties may have increased by 20%. Okay, so that £100,000 here in example one, that will have increased by, £20,000, which again is nothing to be snubbed at, definitely. However, go on to the other side where you split your £100,000 into 4 deposits. Those now, because you've controlled or you're in control or you own 4 properties worth 100,000, they've also gone up by 20%. So compared to this one that's gone up 20,000, This example has gone up 20,000 by 4, so £80,000 altogether. Now, not only that, this person here who's invested in property has also had the benefit of positive cash flow for most of the months there, taking into consideration void periods and maintenance. But for a majority of that time, they've had passive income as well as the £80,000 uplift. So when you look at it that way, and again, you're looking at it a lot more black and white statistics, objective, it makes a lot more sense to do this, use this example where your net wealth's increasing and you're getting a positive cash flow rather than this example. However, this example is still fantastic. It depends on your, I don't really like to say tolerance to risk, but your appetite and so on and what you're looking to achieve. So imagine then in another 10 years' time, probably even sooner, but depending on the property cycle, the properties might have even gone up 30%, 40%. So example one is going to benefit, of course they are, but example two is going to benefit even more. So again, you always think to yourself, do I want to pay off my mortgage just because that's how I've been brought up? Or do I want to pay off my mortgage, or should I say, do I not want to pay it off, but yet use any money that I've got to purchase and acquire new properties so that I can benefit from positive cash flow and increase that capital growth over the years? So one example I tell my mentees is one of the first properties, it might have been the first investment we bought, 2007. Overpaid for it, didn't do any negotiation, got in bad tenants, tried to cut corners as much as possible, got cowboy builders in, you name it, we probably made the mistake on the first couple of properties. However, we purchased that at 60,000 in about 2007, maybe 8, just before the crash anyway. It soon then dropped down to about 40 or something like that. I thought, what have I done here? Made a terrible mistake. However, in about 2022-ish, we had it easily valued, comfortably valued at 120. And now it's 2025, so we're in March 2025 at the moment. It's probably worth, because again, we track our investment area pretty much every day to see what properties are. It's probably worth about 135, maybe 140. So again, you've got to look at it and think, so we purchased it for 60, we overpaid, but Father Time has obviously helped us out, and now it's worth 135, 140. So in the long run, the property is always going to go up. Of course, you're going to get the little dips here and there, but in the long run, property will increase in value. So again, I haven't really elaborated on this, but imagine if we'd had a mortgage then at that time of 45,000. If we put 25, sorry if my maths are incorrect there. If we put 25% deposit down, is that £45,000 easy to pay off in 20 years' time, or is it easy to pay off during the first couple of years? Or should I say, is it more relative? Is it a bigger piece of change 25 years' time, or within the first 5 years of ownership? So again, you've got to let inflation do its work, really. Another thing as well, I know I'm going off on a couple of little tangents here. A fantastic thing about property is when the values increase, you don't need to sell the property. You could just refinance it to pull money out, still keep the passive income coming in, still keep the income producing asset in your portfolio, but yet you've released some money from that, which then allow you to invest in other properties. So again, I know I was a bit jumping on this video really from left to right and so on, but hopefully you understood the main principles I was trying to get across there. Pay off your mortgage if you want to. It's a fantastic position to be in. I did. But again, you just think, what are you doing this for? Are you looking to only buy one investment property? Are you looking to have 2 or 3? Or are you looking to have 10, 15, 20, 30, 50 properties and so on, and really increase your net wealth? Obviously, that's what we're in it for. We're going to keep purchasing. We're going to keep investing because it's a tried and tested method. Property increases your wealth if you're obviously making sure that you're educated and doing things properly. I hope you found some value in this video. Good luck. Keep taking steps further forward. And if you haven't done so yet, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button as well, because I need to know what people are liking and not liking as well, really. Good luck. Keep taking steps further forward. All the best.